rekindle y'all brotherhood and sisterhood was dope for me. You know what I'm saying? Because both of y'all was people that I respect and love. So seeing y'all rekindle that was dope. But that was such a, I don't even know if you remember that.
I remember. I don't remember the whole thing, but I know we had on the yellow.
We had the yellows, exactly.
We
and we were sitting on the bench, and Joe got up and he was doing lean back, and then you was like, "I'm not performing." I said,
Rem shit trying to.
I'm telling you, I never forget it. And
but
she looked.
That's another one of those cases where I never realized, like, he was how young he was. Think about it, because like Joe got me by like a little bit more than 10 years. So if I'm 19, 20, Joe's like 29, 30, or like fresh out of his 20s. He's not who he is now. And you don't realize that, because like I said, when you're 19 and somebody's 29, they seem like ancient to you. It doesn't really start leveling out till you're like 35.
And you like,
and they seem like, oh, okay,
I get it now.
Like, yeah, exactly. But also, a lot of that is we all be having our own trauma,
growing pains. We going through
that
shit
we done went through. When I came home, I promise you, before I left, one thing that I did consciously do, besides not wanting to lose my mind and be crazy and people like, yo, jail fucked her up, because that happened. Like, there's people that left and came back, and I'm like, oh, nah, she's done. It's over for her. Like, I literally would think, like, of all the bitches that hated my guts, like, this bitch would love for me to come home and be out of my fucking mind. Yeah. Not happening. That, and also, I wanted to be able to, like, one, I had a son who I had to think about. I think a lot of times it'd be so unbearable. People, they don't even think about that. Like, it's that unbearable. But also, I wanted to be able to be like, nah, they didn't win. Because I used to be in there like, yo, this is some bullshit. Like, I never talked about my case. I never got into the details. Like, just mainly at this point, because it's like, I already did the time. Like, people going to still think whatever they think. Whatever I say is not even really going to matter or resonate. And y'all got that. But what I am going to do, I'm going to bust my ass. And I didn't even think it was going to work with music. Like, because let's be honest, like, people up 7 years, people could be going 7 months in this clip for them.
It's a trap. It's a fact.
So I didn't even think it was going to work with music. But I was like, yo, I know I'm not going to be poor.
That's right.
I know I'm not going to be stuck there. And they tried everything, because even after I got out, remember, I had 5 years of post-release supervision, and they made sure they held me down to the last day at a curfew. Can't leave before 8 a.m. Got to be in the house by 8 p.m. for the entire time. Can't go anywhere.
They did the same thing to me. I couldn't travel for 4 years. They wouldn't let me do nothing.
I remember one time they had called us to perform at All-Star Weekend, at the All-Star Game halftime. And I didn't have enough time to get permission to go. I was like, fuck it, I'm just going. I'm going to go. And I'm like, there's no way. Like, I'm saying, like, if you see me on that, like, they can't hate on that.
Oh, they gonna hate.
What? When I came back, when I tell you, she was calling me like, where did you go? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I got all of these calls talking about they didn't see any paperwork where it was approved. So I'm like, so I'm just sitting there thinking at the mind state, like, so y'all got people that's out here literally catching new cases, doing drugs, selling drugs, not getting a job, not going to their programs, nothing. And y'all see somebody that's 7, almost like they whole bid, never got caught out of pocket on curfew, nothing. Y'all see them performing at halftime at the All-Star Game, and the first thought that comes to your mind is like, I want to know if she had permission to be there. I'm trying to lock her back up.
That's the truth.
Like, that is crazy to me. Like, beyond, like, when I tell you, I went crazy in there. Like, I was like, lock me up. I don't care. Like, because you just get so frustrated with just
you're
like,
trying to build your life back, and you trying to put the pieces, and they trying to put every block in a way to stop you from doing it. And that's what this system is designed to do. And that's why you gotta celebrate the people that overcome it.
The people that overcome it, because it's a lot that you go through. It's a lot. Like, I remember, like, being told, like, I couldn't drink, but I also couldn't be in a picture with somebody. Like, if somebody was holding a bottle or they was drinking, like, I couldn't.
It's like still being in jail. You can't, like, somebody hold up a gang sign.
I'm not drinking it. Like, what is the?
It is crazy. It's literally open air jail.
Like, where's the album, or where's this? Like, yo, it was so hard to be creative, so hard to travel, so hard to even work with the stipulations that I had on me. And all the while, everything is new to me. I still don't got no ID. I still don't even like know what I'm going to do. People are, I don't want to say scared, but that's what it seemed like to me. Like, people were scared to work with me. Oh, she just came home from, wait, what was her charges? Is she going to do something to one of us? Like, or we don't want our name attached to that. Like, it was a lot that you have to deal with. Like, trying to just maneuver in a society that you've been out of so long. So you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I move around? But you don't even really know how to move because you ain't been here.
That's right.
It's like you could grow up on a block. Like, I grew up in Castle Hill, but I haven't been there in forever.
You can't just go back there and know
be able
how
to move around
yeah.
and maneuver right now today the way I did when I met you.
That's
like,
right.
What? I could have took every back block. All right, police is probably going to be circling the block right here. Let's go this way. Go over here. This is where you get the good pizza from. This is like, I don't know nothing that's going on over there. So you come out and you trying to put the pieces together. You ain't really got no bread. Like, I mean, if you lucky if you do. Like, I'm totally honest. Like, my shit was not where it needed to be. Like, I got a few thousand in the bank. And I was like, all right, what we doing? Everybody expect you to, especially when you in this, everybody expect you to come out and just turn back into the person that you was the day you left. And it's not that.
It's not.
It's not that at all. You don't know nothing. Whatever you had going on.
It ain't there.
It's not there. Your belongings, you don't know where nothing is. It's everything. It's crazy.
And so in that time, you're building different relationships. And you know what I found out being incarcerated? Some of the smartest, most genuine people that I've ever met were in prison, right? This stigma that everybody's just this criminal, the worst people in the world. Some of the nicest, humblest, most educated people, and some of them are never coming home again.
Yeah.
Like some of my OGs that doing 20 and 40 and 50 years to life for crimes that equated to $10. One of my OGs was locked up for robbing a lady, an old lady in the garment district. They said he robbed her at gunpoint, and all she had in her wallet was $1. They said he took the wallet and all she had was $1, but he still got charged with 20 to life because he was a predicate felon.
Right.
And he was down there doing nothing. And he was one of the smartest people. He was one of the most humblest people. Speak to that. How many relationships have you built with individuals in prison that have lasted, that you can say, like you said, a lot of them, your friends now, are people that you met while you were incarcerated?
Well, first, I already know somebody watching this gonna be like, well, he wasn't that smart because he was robbing people and he was this, like, not like, there are things that happen in people's lives that they really be feeling like they back be up against the wall and they don't have no choice. Like, how am I feed my kid? How am I this? Like, yeah, it's not the best thing to do, but I can't get a job. I can't do this. Like, it's you never know what somebody's circumstances that pushed them to do whatever they did. And also, that doesn't make you who you are.
And also, a lot of these crimes happen when you're young. Like, a lot of these dudes is doing all these times they were 17 and 16 and when they did.
Even when you're not that young, think about it. When you was 25, you the same person that you are when you're 30, when you was 25?
Nope.
Were you the same person that you were when you was 35, when you was 30? Like, you're not supposed to be. So your mentality, your thought process, all of that is different. And I feel the same way. Like, I pick my friends. Like, I get accused all the time, like, oh, I treat my friends better than I treat my family. It's like, because I didn't pick y'all. Like, y'all just came with the package. Like, if I could have picked I'd have picked Beyonce would have been my sister. Oprah would have been my mom. Oprah would have been my dad. Like, I'd have been lit. Like, what are you talking about? I did not pick y'all. I did it. And people feel like just because y'all are related and y'all are born in the same family that they automatically just get carte blanche in your life. They don't have to earn your respect. They don't have to earn your love. They don't have to earn your trust. They just get it. I don't feel
entitlement
like that.
Is crazy.
I don't feel like that. Like, I feel the way I feel about my friends because I picked my
friends. And they literally earned it. That's the only way they got in my life, because they did the things that I like. You were in my life, and a lot of shit you did, I never even liked ever.
I don't like you. I never liked you. I don't even think you cute. What are you talking about? Like, I don't even know how I'm related. But I promise you, like, I pick my friends because of the qualities that they have. And like you said, all like thankfully now, like most of my friends that was like that I hung out with every day, everybody is home and everybody's off for papers. So
That's
it would
love.
be crazy because I either have my wedding or I have like my baby shower and I have to like make sure they not on the cameras or make sure they not in the footage or make sure like, you know what I'm saying, just so that they could share these moments with me. And a lot of my friends were either incarcerated when they were teenagers and came home, like when I mean 17, 18, came home when they in their 30s. A lot of them are like mostly all my friends, we all kind of had the same thought process. Like none of them is doing bad. They all got their own crib, their own car, like whatever they business mind. Like we kind of, I don't want to say we had a pact because we never sat down and was like, this is what we're gonna do. But like
it was
we
like
just
mine
talked
energy.
about it.
It was
We
energy.
talked about it so much. Like yo, when I get like, it was the I'm never ever coming back here type situation. Like we used to be sitting in there because we all had like a lengthy amount of time. Some of them had more time than me and had been there before I got there. And we used to see people leave
and come back
because what they would do is if you have a drug, like it's the way the system is set up is so crazy. Like if you have a drug problem, it's a problem. It's an addiction. They know
they're gonna lock you up.
They're gonna lock you up, but they know we're gonna let you out. And you're gonna come back again, and we're gonna get a whole nother check. We're gonna make some more money, and we're gonna let you out because you're gonna come back. Most people who either have a violent crime or and most of them they're one instance that happened. It was an instance that happened in that one moment. It's probably never gonna happen again.
And they know that.
And
that's why they don't want to let you back. And
that's why you have all the time. And that's why we're not giving you that chance. We need you here because you good money. You stable money. That's a guaranteed check. And we used to be sitting there like, yo, I'm never coming back here. Ever. Like they was tired of me saying I gotta get out of here. But when I was like, I'm never coming back, that was echoed across the table. Like, yeah, nah, we're not coming back. And everybody, like I said, like you said, intelligent, smart, that got different ideas, like just know how to treat people, like know how to, you know, some people that don't even know how to be a friend. They've never had a real friend, so they don't know how to be a friend. They don't know how to have a real friend. Their whole mentality is just to be grimy and do foul shit that wouldn't even fit right. Like, it's none of that. And I would have never met them had I not went to prison. And I used to be so mad, I promise you. I used to be sitting there like, yo, God, like, you dead ass? You serious? You really got, like, when my first appeal got denied, my second appeal, yeah, it was so bad. Like, one of my friends, I swear, I know she gonna watch it. She was like, this bitch really said that. She used to try to make me go to church every Sunday. I used to be like, I'm not, ask me to go to church again, and I'm not fucking speaking to you. Like, I was mad at God. Like, yo, this is bad. Like, because you allegedly, you know my heart. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing this to me? That's like, you're killing me. You're killing me. I used to be saying, like, God, you are killing me.
I was like, imagine me. I'm like, God, I'm 10 minutes away from being one of the biggest artists, and you lock me up for some bullshit? Like, take 7 to 14 years away from my life? Like, so, I didn't even get to drop an album, Rem. I didn't drop a single. Only thing I was on was the Rough Riders. I did the Violators complex. I never did a video. I never did a show. I never did nothing. The day before I went to jail, I was supposed to be on the Vibrant Thing remix. Mm-hmm. I was supposed to go. Chris Lighty told me to go to the studio, do that. I was like, I ain't even make it to the studio. Right. I ain't do nothing. So when all this shit coming out and it's the biggest songs in the world, I'm like, this is unbelievable. So I knew that feeling. So listen, I want to ask you this.
Wait, I want to finish that
thought. Okay, finish your thought.
I was mad at God, right? But in my reasons, I didn't understand why. It probably wasn't till I came home. It was like a regular. It wasn't even. It was one of my friend's birthday. It was my big ass house. We sitting there. I made everybody dinner. We made shit that like we liked while we was locked out. I made this like chicken that I used to make and my macaroni salad. And we all sitting there. We drinking. We smoking. We laughing and shit. And it like dawned on me like, this is why I would have never met them. You needed
these people.
I'd have never met them ever in life. There's no way. Like, one is from Buffalo. One, she's from Mount Vernon, but I would have never probably met her. My other friend, she's from Queens. I think she lives in Texas now. Like, I'd have never met these people. And they're so important to my life right now. So I'm like, maybe, like, and I know that there's certain things that I pour into them that change their life as well. And I'm like, maybe this is why he sent me there.
Listen,
I still be a little bit mad because like bro, they was my friends as I got there. Like I was hanging out with the same people from the day that they took me out of.
For a couple months.
The day that I got out of segregation and I was in general pop, like we was cool. Like I could have really did this in like 2 years, like and still been. Like, but it probably wouldn't have been the same because we went through so much in that time that I was there. Like these people that why and I tell people like when you're incarcerated, you could still be more incarcerated. Like I would be keep locked. I'll be in shoe, and they would be risking their little bit of freedom that you have in jail to try to bring me food, to make phone calls on my call list, to make sure Pat knew what was going on. Like all of these different things that they didn't do that because I was Remy Ma.
They did it because
they did it because like that, right.
And I heard an interview when you were saying like most of the people in society didn't even know you. Right. Like when you went to prison, those friends got to see you in the totality. So those, like you said, those are the friends that you chose and that chose you based on the reality. I want to go, right, because this is a feeling that I always had, right? When you got charged, right, and you go into trial, what was that feeling? For me, this shit was the worst. Like, I lost, like, 20 pounds going to trial. Like, I didn't eat. I was going through so much mental stress. They was playing with my case. They dismissed my case one day. Dismissed it. The judge threw it out like the case is dismissed. I'm in Miami at the Super Bowl. I get a call from my lawyer 2 weeks later, like, oh, it's back on. I'm like, fuck you mean it's back on? Then they just dismiss it? Well, they put in another motion. So I want to know, like, what was your mind?
At first, I was like, this is bullshit. Like, because I know it happened. And then I've never, besides your trial, I don't know anybody that ever went to trial. Most of the time, people cop out. I think when you go to trial is because you think it's really a justice system, and they're gonna find out the facts, and they're gonna find out the truth, and everyone's gonna look so crazy. That's not it.
That happened.
It's nothing like you see on TV. Your jury selection is a joke. Just all the. I was just literally sitting there like,
oh, these niggas really trying.
But each day, to the point that I would go home, and I remember sitting there and I was on Pat because what they did was anybody who they thought would be supportive of me or like they put them on their witness list. So you can't sit in the court if you're on the DA's witness list because you can't sit in there.
Yeah,
so
because you can't hear other testimony.
Yeah, I would be in the courtroom
pretty
basically
much
by myself. And I remember one day like I was going home and I was like, I'm going to jail.
I said the same.
I'm going to go to jail. Everybody's going to forget about me because I know that's what happens when people go to jail. People forget about people. Everybody's going to forget about me. And this is crazy.
It's crazy.
Like, I remember the day that shit dawned on me. When I'm in court and the judge keeps saying, well, Miss Ma, that is not my name. Like,
Miss Ma.
Yeah. Like,
are you kidding me?
Or when they were, oh, well, what do you have on today? And what are you wearing today? And I'm just like, and the same thing. I was so mad. Like, I remember going to jail mad. And then making me write this letter, apology letter, so that the judge would be. And I'm like, I don't want to write. Like, so when people see me and I'm crying because I'm pissed. Like, I don't cry when I'm sad. If I'm crying, I am on the level 1,000,000. Don't touch me. Don't breathe. Don't even walk too close to me because I'm going to explode. I was so mad because I'm like, I know this is not what I want to say. And this is not what I want to do. And these are the games that you have to play because these people literally have your life in their hands. They can give you any number between 5 and 25 based on a whim. So if you rub them the wrong way, that 5 could turn into an 18.
Fuck your reality, fuck what you feel, all of that.
Yeah. So I remember feeling all of that. But that's one of the things that when I came home, and I was trying to say this earlier, besides not wanting to be out of my mind crazy, I didn't want to come home angry. Because somewhere in that middle, I was that around the don't ask me to go to church a fucking again time. I was angry at everybody. I was like, and this bitch, I done helped this bitch do this and that. I ain't seen her not once. Or this thing. Like I remember
like, yours. You know what's crazy? I remember I used to, I don't know why I was adamant about making sure I sent you a card like every birthday. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew how important that was, being incarcerated. So I did it, and I remember you sent me, I don't know what it was. Either you You sent it to somebody and they took a picture of some shit you wrote on. I don't fuck with this person. Boom, boom. I got love for you, Mice. You always held it down. And you start writing names. You like, I ain't fucking with none of these people. Don't ask me about none of them. I was like, damn, they done piss. They done piss Reb the fuck off. You know
because
what I'm saying?
It's so unbelievable. Like, unlike you, I had records. I hear them playing on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way you in a bar and you don't see a bottle of Remy Martin. It doesn't cross your mind. Like, you wasn't driving and my song came like nothing. So I used to be so, and I'm like, one day, just because I was like, yo, if I go home
with that,
this mad, I might come back here.
That's real.
And I had to forgive people. I had to literally be like, all right, I know they're pieces of shit, but it's cool. I don't fuck with them, but I'm not mad at them. I'm never fucking inviting them to my house.
But I'm not mad at them.
I'm not mad.
And when I see them, I'm going to say, what's up? How you doing?
I'm going to say, what's up? Can I get you in? No. Absolutely not. Sorry. I don't have any tickets. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not doing the fake friend shit. I'm not doing none of that. But I'm not mad at you.
Because it's too much pressure on me to be mad at you.
Nah, it wasn't the pressure on me. I want to do something to you. It's nothing. We are totally different. It's not the pressure.
For me, it's too much pressure on me.
I want to fucking crush you right now. I want to do that
too, but I know that me wanting to crush you, it impacts me. Because if I'm mad at you and I want to crush you, then that's an emotion that I gotta calm down. I gotta figure out. I'm a Taurus.
See, a couple more weeks you'd have been a Gemini
like
me.
No.
The difference with me is once I crunch you to a little, I feel better. Like, I feel so much better. Now, I boiled your ass up like a piece of fucking aluminum for you and got you out here. I feel so much better. But I feel like knowing that I can't do that without the repercussions or the consequences, that's the part that bothers me. So I have to physically make myself unmad and tell me, whatever it is you're doing, you know what? You got that. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to remove you so much. Like, because I realized at some point in my life, I had set myself up into a way that I really don't see people that I don't want to see.
That's a fact.
If I don't want to see you or I don't fuck with you, you're never going to see me. We don't live in the same neighborhood. We don't shop in the same stores. I'm never going to run into you at the supermarket while I'm taking my daughter to school. None of that. I made it possible for certain people to see me and to reach me. I went out of my way to drive to certain places and go to certain things. And even people in this industry, if I don't like you, it's so easy for me to not see you. And 9 times out of 10, if I don't like you, you really don't want to see me either. So we're helping each other.
Exactly.
I'm not going anywhere where I'm going to see you, and you're making sure that you know where I'm at. You're going to stay the fuck out my way. So when I realized that, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. You don't have no number to reach me. You can't call me. Everybody know if you give my number to somebody, oh, not only is they clipped, you're clipped. It is done. You did what? You gave who? That's call me on 3-way with somebody if you want to. Call me, pass the phone to somebody, and put somebody on FaceTime.
It's a violation.
Oh, it's so over for you for that. Like, but everybody knows that at this point. Like, they be like, yo, I seen so-and-so. They tried to get me to call you. I was like, smart. Because you know it's not happening. But I had to do like that for my own sanity. Mm-hmm. And that's how I remain in the space that I'm in. But let's be clear. That shit fucked me up. Like, I still don't sleep. Like, I haven't been home as long as you've been home. I just got off of parole right during COVID, right before COVID.
Wow. That's crazy.
After COVID, after I finally finished my home bid, I was still stuck in the house. I'm like, are you kidding me? A fucking pandemic? I can finally go outside and I can't go outside?
Yeah, y'all supposed to cut that.
I was so mad. Like, this is no way. I was like, yo, God is, you funny.
He funny. He said you want to make God laugh. You tell him your plans, man, because he will make you.
Like, I still got to sit down or I'm going to die maybe. All right, cool. You got that.
Yeah, COVID was.
You don't got to tell me, but I've literally just been able to come outside. And it's so crazy because I see so many people that, like you said, they've been in my shoes and they be like, yo, like, how did you bounce back? Or how did you, and I be like, yo, I'm going to be honest, I was lucky and I'm blessed because the majority of the people that, especially that did as much time as I did, they don't be all right.
They don't.
You never catch up. I'm still playing catch up. So when I be hearing like, oh, this prison reform and this, I be like, yo, you know how many times I be wanting to curse you out? I know. Like, oh my God.
It ain't no prison reform.
Like it's
prison transform. You got to transform the whole system.
The whole thing. Like I think it's insane how you can be facing 5 to 25. That is a big that is crazy. Fucking range.
That don't even make sense.
That's like telling me, oh, okay, how much is that sandwich? Anywhere between $5 and $25. How much is the burger? Yeah. That's it. It's not like either I'm gonna get one burger for $5 or I'm gonna get five burgers for $25. You can't tell me, today $22. I come back tomorrow, $8.
Yeah, nobody should have that level of discretion on somebody's life.
No, the spaces, and then when you look at it, the people that are in these positions, when they get caught doing something, what they all do? Kill themselves.
Yep.
Oh, why you do that? What happened?
They can't deal with the same. What happened? They can't deal with the same pressure
because
they put us under.
You know what you was doing, and people like, oh no,
I ain't going there with them.
I'm not going in there. Like I think it's insane. I feel like there's so many things that have to be factored in: the person's age, the person's background, their mental health, all of these different things. Like this, sir, I'm not gonna lie. You doing anything with kids, anything like that? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that might be the only thing but everything. There's always something that has to be factored in. You cannot have this just broad spectrum for everybody because literally, me and my 4 friends that we all had like two of us had 8 years, one of us had 15, the other one had 18. But if you look at the cases and how did they come up with these numbers? No priors. Or like it's just like they just really freestyling.
That's what they did.
They literally sit in that courtroom and be freestyling.
And
how? Because
they want to break us, real. And unfortunately for them, and fortunately for us, they didn't. And you out here looking amazing. You've evolved. You've grown. You are just like you're a role model to me.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? You know why? Because watching you just. You listen.
Role model after
Remy
me.
is a role model because let me tell you why.
I'm not taking
because she's what authenticity looks like, right? And you constantly evolve. And now she has a daughter, she's a wife, and she's constantly growing. She's still doing music at a high level. I watched her at Little Kim's concert the other day, and I was like, look at my sister, killing it. She bodied the performance, came out there, bodied the performance, and just. And it's like you just getting better. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of like watching you and Joe, like evolution. Like as you get older, you getting better. You seasoned. You moving around. You in different spaces. You able to coexist. Like it used to be just the hard Remy. Right. It was Remy, but Remy knows how to still be hard when she got to. But for the most part, Remy can blend in with anything. I'm watching Remy on TV. I'm watching Remy do podcasts. Like I'm just seeing her do a talk show. Like I'm watching Rem. Like I'm seeing the evolution, and this is what I want to celebrate. This is a woman who went to jail, did her time. They thought they broke her, and she came home, and she's constantly evolving. She's successful. She got houses. She got shows. She got a beautiful family, black love. Like she's the picture of black love. Like her relationship and her marriage is goals. You know what I'm saying? Her daughter is fly. She is the golden child. You know what I'm saying? She ain't want to give me a pound. I gotta look, she was white, but she was fly. She had a dope little outfit on. So you know what I'm saying? Just watching you just continuing to grow. Chrome 23. I gotta come to one of the Chrome.
It's huge. I have it's for women, but I've recently started incorporating males into it just because of the pay gap and the audience and what they want to see. Like I realize that I can't just do strictly women the way I want to this second. So
you just got to blend it in.
No, so what I do is I just do a big male headline and then I put all the fire girls like
that's how you do it. I mean, listen, you figured out. It's all about marketing.
Yeah,
and strategic. But
it's cool. It's dope. Come out. We at Sony Hall on 46th Street in the city. It's gonna be an amazing thing. You're gonna be good. But I just want to say real quick to anybody that may be watching this, that may be tuned in, that two sides. If you have anybody that you love, that you care about, that loves you or care about you, and they are incarcerated, reach out to them. It's annoying. They're gonna treat you like you're a prisoner. They do it on purpose to make you not want to come back. Go visit them. Put a few dollars on your JPay. Put a few dollars on the things are so much cheaper in prison. $150, $200 will probably last them too much. You can only spend $50 at a time at commissary the most. Like, they can't get packages no more. They gotta order everything. Like, the littlest thing helps. Like, the way I saw people who the authorities thought didn't have anybody treated, they get treated so much worse. Like, they used to do foul shit to me, but they knew this, like, we can't really go too crazy
far, exactly,
because it's gonna get crazy. But the people who they felt had nobody, they got it the worst.
That's a fact.
The people who didn't really have money like that, you're making 11 cents an hour, they had it the worst. Imagine going to bed hungry night after night for years to the point that your body is accustomed to eating small portions of food. I just saying, like, just check on your people. That's all. Check on them. It don't have to be every day, like once a month, once every 2 months. Like, all of those visits matter. And also, be safe out here, because the slightest, it don't even got to be you. You could be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Somebody say like this. So I seen them standing right there, and you could find yourself in some shit that you can't really even get out because you don't even know how to get out. You don't have an out block, because I don't know where the hell I was at such and such time.
Lord have mercy.
Like, I didn't know I was gonna have to remember where I was at last week at 9 o'clock and like things like that. So just try to be safe. Try to watch your surroundings, watch the people around, and just, I want to say this the right way. Just be mindful that what I said earlier, everybody that is incarcerated is not guilty, and everybody that's walking around these streets is not innocent. Okay?
That's real. I want you to say one more thing before we leave. Just give advice to some young girls coming home from jail. They did time. And what do you tell them, you know, to do to be successful? What would you say to them?
If I'm being totally honest, I can't. It's like when people ask me, how do I be a rapper? Like, there's no formula. It's no nothing. You ask me if you want to be a cop, I could tell you, do this, go to the academy. You're going to be a cop. I don't know how great of a cop you're going to be, but that's it. Same thing with a lawyer. You go this, take this classes, study this, pass the bar, you're going to be a lawyer. Certain things, there's a path to it. There's really no path to being successful once you've been incarcerated, because you're going to run into a lot of obstacles, things that you're not even going to understand. How does this correlate to my incarceration? It's not going to make sense. And you have to be strong enough to find another way and to push through it. And it may be times where you feel like you're going to break, and you have to be strong. You have to try to reach out for your resources. Unfortunately, you asked me to talk to women. There's way more programs and stuff to help men than there's women, because there's more incarcerated men. So when they design these programs, they're more geared towards the men. But I would even go to some of those, like, okay, this is geared towards this, but this is my situation. Can you help me? And there's so many people that are really starting to understand this system and the process, and there are people that want to help you. You have to find them, and you're going to need help. You know, it's annoying. A lot of us hate asking for help, especially after being incarcerated, because you have to ask for everything. You need people to bring you soap. You need people to put money on your books. You need people to, like, anything that you need, you have to ask somebody for. So when you home, like, you be having that mindset, like, I'm not asking nobody for nothing. Like, don't let your pride jam you back up, because what you don't want to do is be back in prison. So, you know, there's no foolproof plan or method that I could tell you to have for success, but so that you don't lose your mind or ends up back in a predicament that you really, really don't want to be in, you have to reach for your resources, reach out to people like Mice, who might have a few connections that might be able to help you. And that's all I really could tell them. It's a gamble, and it's hard. And pray.
Well, I want to say thank you and continue to celebrate you and continue your evolution, you know, into this woman that I've watched and grown and called my sister, mother, you know, and you're still the dopest rapper, you know, because she from the BX. You know what I'm saying? That's what we do in the BX. But you know what I'm saying? Just continue to grow, man. You are an example of a stand-up individual. You are an example of someone who's evolved, someone who has turned pain into purpose and continue to persevere. And, you know, a lot of us have been incarcerated, and a lot of us will be incarcerated. Unfortunately, that's the system we live in. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish, man. And I want to say, continue to do what you do. Sit down with the stand-ups. Remy Ma, we appreciate you, Queen.
Thank you.
Love.